Hello friends, in this session we are going to talk about this topic that Iran's warning to countries who are supporting Israel. Okay, so Wall Street Journal have recently published a complete detailed report on this topic actually, that Iran has reportedly issued a secret warning to countries who are supporting Israel and asked them not to assist Israel in any circumstances. Okay, so, and you can see the situation is not that good in Middle East, and the tensions are at a very high level, and there is a potential, possibility of the war also, that Israel may attack Iran and Iran may retaliate Israel. So, all these are there. So, let's discuss about this particular topic. So, this is what we are actually going to talk about. So the countries receiving warnings. Okay, now what are the countries? Mostly Saudi, UAE, and Oman likely received warning. So Gulf states and European nations also, various European countries allied with the US may be also included in this, and other allies like India and other pro-US countries possibly warned. Okay, so now the content of Israel's warning. If you see, Iran is actually expecting an Israeli attack, but they don't know when. So they are, getting prepared for that. So preparedness is the, key now. So Iran claims to be ready to face any attack from Israel actually, and the consequences, the countries. If you are helping Israel, then that countries may face consequences, and that's the kind of threatening that Iran have made with the other countries. Okay, so credibility of the report. Now, if you look at this, I've already mentioned that Wall Street Journal report. So it's a reputable source, and which has published a completely detailed report on Iran's warning. And there is a widespread international media coverage also indicating that it could be true, and that also adding the credibility to this news actually. Now, the Gulf state response, if you look at, Arab nations have appealed to the US indirectly. That means the Arab nations appeal to US actually indirectly conforms to this secret warning which might have issued by Iran to the Arab nations. Okay, now Gulf states concerns. What are the concerns? Oil reserve, if you look at, there is a possibility of fear of attack on Iranian oil reserve, which can lead to a retaliation. And then regional stability, that's a big question. So concern about escalating conflict affecting the entire region. So Middle East is already in tension because of this. So that can lead to regional instability and war-like situation. If it comes, that can be a disastrous situation also for others as well. Economic impact, potential disruption of oil supply and economic consequences. Okay, now US-China geopolitical dynamics. See, this is something which I want to bring in between this. Actually, in 2023 truce, China brokered a truce. That's an agreement between two countries, two enemy countries actually, Iran, Saudi Arabia. So US didn't like it. Of course, China's growing influence you can see here. So China actually brokered a truce between Iran and Saudi in 2023. And US reaction, if you look at, US actually displeased with China's growing influence in the region. So this actually shows China's growing influence in the region, because they have never informed US about this actually, and US was not happy with that. So the current situation, US may not actively prevent Israel from breaking the truce. Okay, now let's look at the different scenarios. So Israel attacks Iran's oil sites. Now, what is the possibility? The possibility is very high. So there is a high chance that Israel will attack Iran's oil sites. Then what could be the impact? Impact will be severe, not only on Iran or even on India also. Okay. Now, next scenario, Iran retaliates against Gulf states. So the possibility is medium, but if it happens, that is going to be catastrophic. Okay, so then the entire Gulf countries will get involved, and that is going to be big issue, especially when it comes to crude oil. So that is going to be catastrophic. Now, what is the possibility of diplomatic resolution in the present situation? Chances are very less, but if it happens, it is going to be good. So which is a positive sign, but the chances are less. So the possibility of Israeli attack on Iran is very high. Okay, and Iran retaliation against Gulf state, if that happens, then that is going to be catastrophic. So that's what the possible scenarios and the impact. A US election impact, what could be the US election and connection? So conflict could influence US election outcomes, which is very clear and evident. What's the Biden's position? The current administration response may affect the re-election chances and potential shift. New administration might approach the conflict differently. See, we have seen and we have already discussed that Trump have openly told that they are going to offer unconditional support in case if Trump come back to as president. They are going to offer unconditional support to Israel. So I think we have already discussed about this, that if, and Trump has also made a statement, in case if Trump is not going to come back, then that can potentially be the end of Israel also. So Israel may be wiped off if Arab countries are uniting and then fighting against Israel. So this one, if you look at global oil market implication, what's the current price? Oil price is already rising due to the tension. Okay, now that can keep on rising and that can affect very badly. Especially, it can directly affect us. We are, completely relying on import of oil. Now, the potential attack on Iranian oil site could spike prices drastically. And long-term effects, prolonged conflict may lead to the sustained high oil prices. International diplomatic efforts, European mediation, European countries may attempt to mediate the conflict. That's there. UN involvement, potential for UN Security Council intervention. So all these are happening, but eventually nothing is happening. Now the regional initiatives, the Gulf states might propose peace initiatives. Oh, guys, we have seen all these. That's the reason why I'm not discussing too much into that. So humanitarian concerns, the civilian impact, civilians will be anyway affected very badly, where even when we see Gaza or even Hezbollah, we have discussed, so civilians are the ones who were affected the maximum. So any such kind of situation, any such kind of attack or retaliation or any war situation, the civilians will be affected. That can be considered as a collateral damage also. So potential for civilian casualties in case of conflict escalation, refugee crisis. So the possibility of mass displacement if conflict spreads, so that can lead to refugee crisis. And the aid challenges, difficulties in providing humanitarian aid in conflict zones, especially if the conflict is escalating and spreading to more areas, and if it is affecting more number of people, then this is going to be a very big challenge. Okay, now the global economic repercussions, if you look at, energy sector will be affected very badly. Disruptions in oil supply could affect global energy market as well. The prices of oil will definitely increase, and that can contribute to inflation. And the current recent rate cuts and everything, they may have to increase the rate further to reduce the inflation, and all those will happen. Financial markets, stock markets may experience volatility due to this geopolitical tension, and that we can see nowadays very high volatile stock market situation you can see. Trade routes, potential disruptions of major shipping routes in the Persian Gulf. So that's about the small discussion. We have seen this news and it has been published as a detailed report in the Wall Street Journal. So I thought of taking this topic, that Iran secretly warning the countries not to assist Israel. So that's it guys. Thank you so much. See you soon in the next video.